let's make some buttery, crispy, delicious potato farls. These are kind of like Irish pancakes / flatbreads. I've heard them called lots of different things, but they are perfect for leftover potatoes. So I have about 220 grams or thereabouts of leftover potatoes. I steamed them up yesterday. They're absolutely at death's door. Look at those potatoes. They're so at the end of their life, but we're not going to waste them. We are going to mash them up, and into it we're going to add a couple of basic things that you have lying in your cupboard, and we're going to turn it into the most delicious breakfast or lunch that you've ever had. And if you disagree, you're racist, basically. I'm joking. So 85 grams of plain flour into your mashed potatoes, a little bit of butter, so about a tablespoon. If the butter's cold, melt it down. My house is so hot right now that it's practically melted, so I'm just going to take it straight from my butter dish. And salt and pepper. We don't need to go too mad. This is going to make 2 farls. And the last thing that we need into this is a teaspoon of baking powder. So you're going to mix this all together. The aim is to get it like a dough. You can start even with a wooden spoon or like a spatula or whatever, just get kind of a bit of a mix on the go, but you're going to have to just get in there with your hands. This is going to be a bit stubborn. It's going to refuse to accept that it's becoming a dough. The potato is not going to accept its fate, but you're going to have to get in there with your hand and you're going to have to convince it that it's a pancake. It will come together. Be patient. You got this. You don't need more milk. You don't need more butter. We're going to use butter on the pan anyway, so we don't want to overdo it. So a few minutes of kneading, and you can tip this out onto parchment paper. Now, if you are someone who puts production value in, you can roll this out and cut it into nice shapes of equal size, yada, yada, yada. I don't. I will just smash this out until it cooperates. And then when it is in some kind of a dough, I'm going to divide it into 2. So this is going to make 2 farls. Of course, you can make it smaller. You can make them whatever size you like. But for me, this is going to be 2. I'm going to put the other in a little Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge for tomorrow's breakfast. And the other one I'm going to have now for my lunch. So you're going to smush it down. I will never wash a rolling pin for these things. And yes, I need a manicure. I've been gardening. Get off my case. So here we are. This is kind of my farl. Now you can do these up the night before and wrap them in your parchment paper and put them in the fridge, and they'll be ready to just throw on the pan at breakfast time, and you won't have to go through all this rigmarole when you're hungry. But trust me, once you've had a farl, you're probably going to make them again. And you can season it at this stage if you want a bit of extra salt and pepper on it. I actually find that it's fine without it. There's plenty in there. So I just do this part with the parchment paper to kind of take my grubby little fingerprints off it. Now, onto my small pan, I throw a bit of butter, melt that down. I treat this very much like a pancake. Throw it on the pan, 4 minutes each side. Nice buttery crispiness. The smell of this is like childhood. And that is it. How easy. I mean, it's so much easier than even just pancakes. And you can serve this whatever way. You can eat it by itself if you like. You can have it with a bit of butter. I do it with smoked salmon and a little bit of chive, but it's lovely with a poached egg. It's lovely with a full Irish breakfast, like if you want to have your bacon and your sausages with it. It's just all around lovely. So that is my version of a potato farl. I say my version, I think it's everyone's version. It's a simple dish. So give it a go. I hope you like it.